Hey, thanks for watching Triangular. In this video, we're in Idaho and Nevada. This is part of a trip I took with my wife to meet her brother and family up in Idaho. As you can see, we're in the Sawtooth Mountains area. And the best success for us in terms of fishing was on the Salmon River. We met a local there who said that this is a great hole for getting trout. He also tried for salmon. We did not have a fly fishing setup. We're using a spinning setup. And it was just a great location for this. We're using a small split shot sinker with, in this case, a combination of artificials and bait. And as you can expect in a river or stream setting, you just let it float down and you get to the hole and they would strike it. So here we go. And never mind the wife's fishing line in front of the camera.
Yeah, here, I'll get it. That's a nice one.
Nope. Exactly. Good picture. And nice sized trout there. This is one of the larger ones, probably in the range of about 12 to 14 inches. The other ones were smaller, but in that range. As you're watching the video, you'll see the rod and the reel I'm using are kind of this colorful combination. It's by Six Gill. And this is in support of autism awareness. So the proceeds from this setup go for that, autism awareness. And that's why you see the color combination, and it even has an autism logo on there. Really nice setup for the size of fish. Bigger one. Get the bigger one. There. Rainbow. Came off. Perfect. A little bigger. Go. Whew. There it is. The key to catching the fish was just like most streams.
There he is.
You want to have the bait that you're using moving through the water and keeping it lively. So we would let the worm drift down, and again, this is artificial. Drift down with a couple of twitching maybe occasionally, and of course, then they would strike it. This is still at the same spot, just a little bit downstream from where we were at before. And again, the action was great. You just had to hit the holes where the fish were hanging out. we go. It is. Come on. There we go. Little trout. There we go. Go. Nice little rainbow. Another video of them here. There we go. So even though we're on the Salmon River, it was great for trout. It was super fun fishing along that area, and the action was just on nonstop. From here, we go to Nevada, and actually on our way up on our trip, we stopped at a place called Echo Canyon State Park, which is in the eastern, southeastern part of the state. You wouldn't have guessed it existed given the kind of the desert mentality, but this is a true oasis with a nice reservoir for fish. And here you can get bass and trout. Most of the fish we caught were bass. We used a combination of artificials and some bait, and you'll also see the bass aren't big, but there was a lot of action, so it was fun. Here we go. There we go. That's it. Right there. Woohoo. Right there, baby. Right there. Right there. Well, it was windy there, so sorry about that. So I'll do a little voiceover. The size of the bass, as you will see, are not trophy size by any means, but they were fun. They were just small, largemouth bass. And as you'll notice in the video, I'm fishing near a tree that's partially submerged. So just like any location that provides cover, and probably there's branches and stuff under the water, this is where fish hang out. So I was just hanging around this tree for most of the day, and again, it was great action for bass. Got a fish. I also caught trout, and my wife caught trout as well, but this was the area primarily for bass. Start reeling it in. Another bass. Small one. So Echo Canyon State Park was a great place. It's a great place to camp and kind of escape the desert scenery, if you will, if you're ever traveling along eastern Nevada up the Route 93 corridor. So from here, we head further north on the east side of the state and go to Lamoille Canyon. This is in the Ruby Mountains. This is near the town of Elko's closest area. And this canyon is beautiful. This mountain range is referred to as the Swiss Alps of Nevada. And they have this nice creek in the middle, Lamoille Creek, where they have little brookies. So again, we're using light tackle, and in this case, we're using a combination of artificials and bait. There we go. There we go. Got the little brookie. So we got little brook trout. Again, fun if you got like tackle, and just find a little hole where they would congregate. Just keep the bait moving, and it would be fun fishing. The trick I think here is to finding the right size gear so these little fish can bite on the hook. Oh, the damn bushes. Here we go. Tiny little brookie. So again, Triangler's not just about the fishing, but the experience as well. So we went hiking up at the end of Lamoille Canyon and up over Liberty Pass into Liberty Lake. And it's a great hike. So regardless of the fish, this is just a great experience. But at Liberty Lake, did do a little fishing. Was able to catch a couple of fish. I was surprised it wasn't more extensive given a backcountry lake. But caught a little brookie, and as you'll see, another one, which I think was a bull trout. Now that's a brook trout. That's a brook. Oh, get my hands wet. Barely got him. Pull and cooperate. Go. Little brookie. Go. Nice little brookie. Oh, yeah. As you'll notice, I'm using a blue rod and reel, again from 6 Gill. This is their travel rod. It comes in 4 sections, so it's great for hiking. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a close-up of this before it flopped off. I thought initially it was a lake trout, but now I realize it's probably a bull trout. It had a similar pattern to a brookie, but it wasn't the same colored spots. It wasn't a brook. So our next spot's on the other side of the Ruby Mountains, the east side, at Ruby Lake National Wildlife Refuge. Totally out of the way spot. In fact, to get back to the highway, we had to travel 70 miles on a decent dirt road. Here, you have a lot of opportunities for both trout and bass. Depending upon where you're at, you have to use artificial lures only, or some parts are bait. It also has some boating facilities. I'm not sure the requirements about powered for the boats. I think it's low power only. But as you can see, the trout here were nice size. Sorry, it's wind at this location, so I'll turn down the audio for the recording camera. But this was a hole where I wasn't exactly sure if you could use only artificials or bait, so I was just using artificials. And as you can see, the battery on my camera is about to die. Record with your phone. On the other net. So here's that nice sized trout. It was just under 2 pounds. The leader on my setup was only 3 pounds, and I wasn't sure, so as you'll see, most of the action for this portion is letting them tire out if possible. There we go. Another one. Came off. Yep. Yeah, I think so. I got the one with a longer handle. Shoot. Come on. There we go. Whew. Oh, that's a fish. So these are great fish, but it was tricky. They would not bite even if you put something in front of them. So I tried some different setups and some different lures, but they were picky. Obviously, this is a place where a lot of people fish and they're used to people trying to catch them. So it was tough out there. Even though you see me
There we
hooking
go.
these up, there's tons of fish. If you look in the video, you can see them just hanging out along the edge right there, and they just wouldn't bite necessarily. But it's fun when you did
Can
catch
you get
them.
the net? There we go. Whew. Look at that one.
So the last fish, which was also a trout, but we caught bass there as well. Overall, the trip was great. Camping, hiking. It wasn't just about fishing, but experiencing new things as well. So we'll leave you with just a little video of the beauty of Liberty Lake in Lamoille Canyon. Thanks for watching.